How's it going, guys? Drake here from Driven by Drake. In this week's video, we'll be looking at the S Chassis, and I'll be going around, I'll be asking some of the S Chassis owners, are 240SXs worth buying in 2024? We'll see if they're reliable or not. We'll see if they regret it or not. Which one's better, Zenki or Koki? KA24 SR20 DET. Now, you probably didn't understand half the shit I'm saying, so it's good to watch this video to the end to find out what the fuck they're saying.
Who? Min, M-I-N-H.
M-I-N-H?
N-H. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Camille. My name's Camille.
Good to meet you, Camille.
Yeah, likewise.
So, you got an S14 here. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so it's a 95. Picked it up from Missouri about 6 years ago. It was a bare shell, but it had an SR in a previous life. So when I picked it up, the guy basically sold me an SR, like short block, so like a blown up SR.
Yeah.
And so I had all the parts that were salvageable with all the turbo bits. So like the injectors, the turbo, the manifold. So what I did was I got an NASR, imported that, and then did a D plus T swap to it. So I turboed the NA version.
Did you use an ISR kit on it, or at all?
No, all stock. So I used all the
Really?
DET parts on the DE, and I made that work.
Shit.
So like I got rid of the Dizzy, coil on plug, coil packs. So that worked for many years, and just slowly upgraded it. It's got Tomei pond cams now, PBM, Cobra, like just the basic bolt-on stuff. It's still very stock. 7 psi, S15 turbo, like just the recipe that works.
Yeah.
And because it's a drift car, so it's gotta be reliable. I can't be working on it all the time.
So I bought it a year ago, a little over a year ago. Got here, bought it through Tweed. He's over in Japan, I don't know if you're one of those guys, but it was cheap. I hopped on it because it was cheap. It was listed, the in rate was low enough, it was 8Ks. And so I hopped on it, nothing really other than it had different fenders, like over body, the body kit, stock motor, stock everything, bucket seat, that's about it. And I got it for a good deal for 11K, got it over here, then immediately started fixing up, cleaning up the engine bay.
What's under the hood?
It's an SR.
Oh shit, turbo?
Yep. Yeah, SR20, red top.
You got an S14.
Yep.
It's a Zenki.
Yes,
Tell me about it.
it's stock, original color, and that's basically it. Like,
Really?
That's literally it, yeah.
You got Recaros in there.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta have comfortable seats. I got a, like, nice comfy seat for my passenger and then a nice bucket to hold me. I've got an S13, and then my girl's got an S14 that I also help her with, and then, yeah, and then there's this one. So it's like 3 S chassis.
And I'm assuming you bought this before the shit hit the fan.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, like, the prices have always been skyrocketing, but yeah, I bought it like in 2018, I think. So not that recent, but not that like long ago.
Because you said this is original. Did you have to do anything like clear coat or like replacement?
It's an original color. It's been repainted after the crash. Travis was there. Travis and I were driving, but yeah, I hit the wall, so I had to get the rear quarter panel fixed, and then so they repainted it, and then since then I've repainted like panels and stuff myself in the garage and stuff. So.
Did you buy this bone stock?
No, it had like bits and pieces already on it and stuff, so it's easier, but at least like it had coilovers and stuff, so I didn't have to start from scratch. You know? So that's nice.
Good. Yeah, I really love it.
Oh yeah, so this is a 1992 Nissan Silvia. It's a K's, SR20, has cams, T28, 750cc injectors on a link ECU. All the arms are done. Full interior still, AC still works. So.
Oh really? You kept your AC?
Yeah, I just fixed it.
You're in the same boat with me.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. So tell me, do you drift this at all?
Yeah, I do.
Where do you go? Summit Point?
So we used to go to Panthera, but I just go anywhere that like my friends are drifting, and we just go out together. So for final bout, I'll be drifting at Summit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'll be driving the open day.
And, yeah. First off, would you recommend this as a first car for guys trying to get into drifting? No, not at all.
Absolutely not.
No, there's still better stuff to buy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's harder now. Like back 6 years ago, it was probably easier, and even longer before then, it was it was a no-brainer. People were buying cars for like $500.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't know how much you spend. You spend a lot on yours, or-
9,500.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So would you drift it? Are you drifting it?
I do drift it.
Okay,
it's a
good.
daily drifting thing.
Right. Do you regret that? Do you regret it? Okay,
There
you're
are some
breathing
times.
heavy.
There are some times
Yeah.
I'm like if I'm working on it or I'm just low on funds, I'm like, why the fuck did I put all my money into this? But then
Yeah.
in the end, I'm driving it. I'm just like enjoying it. I go out to the track. I drift with my brother and all
Right.
that.
On a good day when everything's clicking, like
Mhm.
it's you can't match it, right? Like in this is the car to do like drift events in, right? To learn it, to progress, and to really excel. Great
do you
platform.
recommend someone getting this their first car? Just like any of the S chassis, not just like an S14.
Yeah, I think so. I think the S14 is probably like the most livable, I would say, out of all of them, just because of the like upgrades they did to the subframe and you know, longer wheelbase, a little bit more space, a little bit more modern, better like insulated. Like if you care about those things, like I kind of do, it just feels like a more cohesive car than like a S13, which is a little rattly sometimes.
Yeah.
But I you know, you can definitely, if you do them right, which it's hard and it takes a lot of money, but if you do them right, they can be anything to anyone. So gotta respect that.
It's a personal preference. Like if you want the luxury of a nice like 4-door or whatever, or if you want something slow and
Just for the looks in the beginning.
Yeah. So it's all personal preference. First car was an S15, so I am biased and I will always say, hey, S chassis is a good fucking car. And that's when I was living in Japan. But if like in today's market, I would say no, it's not worth it. Just because it's so expensive now, and you're buying clap shells or like clap complete cars for like 12 grand, and
It's usually just a handful to work.
yeah, and you're fixing other people's mistakes. You know, obviously there are people that get lucky where they find those unicorns for super cheap, or they got daddy's money or whatever it may be, but
So
very rare.
If you're like capable, you can do all the maintenance yourself. Yeah, sure. But the big thing is like these are old cars. Like parts are hard to find. Like why would you put yourself through that when if you're actually like if you want to drift, just get something a little more modern, like a 350Z or E36, E46 even. Like I don't know, man. You have to really like I feel like love S chassis to put yourself through it.
if you could
It's
have,
not worth it.
yeah, that's true.
A bone stock car, you have to do literally every bushing of every piece of rubber is fucked, right? So
I feel that.
you pay $10,000 for a piece of shit. Like these things are held together. These are literal like shit boxes, you know. And you're paying that much money for it. Like you must not. I don't know. Like it's just dumb. It's just a dumb decision. That's all. Why if you bought a stock one, right? You pay $10,000 for it. You still have to do a ton of shit, like hammer out the like clearances and all that. Talk to the wiring harness. Like everything's old. You got to do so much. What's the point?
Yeah, exactly. If you had to choose a drift car, like so, let's say kid just turned 16, he just got his license, and he wants to go drifting. What car should he get first?
Are you talking like budget friendly or like unlimited?
Budget friendly, where everyone starts off with no money.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but 350Z.
350Z.
I hate to say it, but they're like they're taking over that S chassis spot in terms of age, and like now they have really good aftermarket support.
Yeah.
It just works.
So it depends. If you're going to be budget oriented, there's definitely better options. But if you want to sort of replicate like the style of like old D1 cars or whatever, like the street drifters, I think this is probably a better option. More support for like aero and stuff, and just the community probably is more like oriented towards that.
Yeah.
Like if you have a 350Z, like you're probably just getting track time. Like not many 350Z are styled, or you know, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So it just depends on what exactly you want out of drifting. If you just want to do laps and you want to be on a budget, probably better options out there.
I prefer S chassis. I love the way they drive. It's just like it's just me.
Do you regret buying it?
No, I don't think so.
Never.
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 None of them?
No, never.
Hell no, absolutely not. I don't know.
Fuck no.
And that's the thing. It's like you have to love it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a labor of love, and it's like I feel like a lot of people like get into it because of like, oh, they're like cool cars now or whatever. You know, that's what you see. But it's like it's beyond that. It's like I just love like old cars and driving like an S chassis, an old S chassis. It feels so cool. It's a good feeling.
I have no idea what I'd be doing without it. I got my first 240 when I was 18, so this is my fifth one. Sixth one?
I had a strap.
Yeah.
How many S chassis
Right.
you got?
Yeah. I always knew ever since I was a kid, I was like, S chassis is the only thing I want.
Yeah, because I sold my left-hand drive SR hatch for the same price I bought this for.
And do you regret doing that trade?
No, my hatch was clocked because it had 7 previous owners. Drove this to Final Bout in Shawano the past 2 years. So I just be road tripping this car, driving it, enjoying it. Yeah.
Koki or Zenki?
Zinky. I got a Zinky, so you know I gotta rep the brand. Zinky all the
Save the
way.
Zenkies, my boy.
Yeah, save the Zinkies.
I personally like Zenkies.
You know what? It's been like 2 in a row tonight, dude. Zankies are the best.
Yeah.
Save the Zankies. Like, I wouldn't say fuck the Kokies, but like, don't swap your Koki or don't swap your Zenki to a Koki.
Absolutely. I support the Zenkies, bro.
I think Zenki, just because like that was sort of the shape of the body was designed around like the look of the face, like the fascia in the rear. But you know, every now and again, I do like the idea of owning a Koki, and maybe one day I'll just buy the front end and I can swap it out. We'll see.
Okay.
They're both cool. That's preference.
What would you prefer though?
Yeah, whichever one I have, like, it doesn't matter.
I respect that answer.
They're both sick.
Well, would you ever convert over to a Koki? Front end?
Only because the parts are more available. So it's if I crash this and then I need to, it's easier to get like Koki fenders, Koki headlights are like easily available. You know, it's like stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only reason.
SRK24.
Whichever one you have, whichever one the car comes with.
Really? Like,
Doesn't matter.
well, what do you prefer though?
I have a KA. I know about KAs a little more. SRs are sick. Like they sound awesome.
But like, if you're like on the track, you drift in, would you rather have a turboed KA or turboed SR?
Literally, it's like the same thing, bro. It's like apples to apples. Do you like Granny Smith? Do you like Fuji? It's just an apple, bro. Like it's an engine.
SR.
SR all the way?
I started, with my S15, I started off with SR, so I've just been super biased.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I would disagree with you, but people, I mean, they do call it God's motor for a reason.
Yeah, and people that have bad experiences are like, they're buying unknown motors or they're just not taking care of it.
Yeah.
Like this has been treating me well, and I'm at like 120K now.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, KA does have its strong points, so I do like iron block, right? More power potentially, but a well-running SR, I think, is unmatched.
Really?
Like if you're doing it right, and you're gonna spend extra money to kind of know what you got. I just think like the feel of the car, the flickability, just because it's aluminum.
Yeah.
So you get at least the slightly less weight. I know it's still turbo, and KA might not be turbo, but yeah, the car just pivots well. Power's delivery is fantastic. Like,
I don't know. I feel like the SR is God's motor. Like, kind of cliche. I love the K though. It's hard for me to pick. If I had to choose between a left-hand drive S chassis with an SR or a car that came with a K, the KA, because a lot of times people swap SRs into 240s. They're hacked, they don't run right. They're kind of tough to get reliable unless it comes in the car. And this thing has been fucking taken.
Should you buy a 240SX in 2024? That's up for you to decide. Leave a like, put something down in the comments, show your support. Are Koki and Zenki better? Who fucking knows? Is KA and 24DE matter? No, it doesn't. They're the same engine, just a little different. I'm Driven by Drag. You've just watched this week's video. Take care. Have a good night. Oh, you're still filming? Oh shit! No! Keep it going! Keep going!
Yeah. First question for those boys might have to be, where'd you get the food?
Where'd you get the food?
Dude, that Dude, that boy had a bento box.
We gonna do an
with
edit
like
on the
things
food?
on rice. I was about to, bro. He had 2 things on rice, like 4 slabs of fucking teriyaki chicken, and some sauce on the side. I'm trying to get that, bro. I don't know what that is though. That shit looks gas.
All right. I might as well do an intro, bro. What should I do?
Hey guys, welcome back to the S CHASIS.
Let me go. Let's go over there. Bro,
It's gotta be on the end of the clips, bro.
Yeah, I know it's cringy, but like.